Hey, ladies. Are you looking for a unique and intimate gift for that special someone? Are you ready to pamper yourself with a professional team to create some amazing photography? Then empower yourself with a pinup or boudoir photo shoot by Nequiem Photography. You have what it takes. You're a confident, sexy, and powerful woman. Schedule a time for your photo shoot at 915-227-1871 or visit nequiemphoto.com. You can also check the show notes for the link. April 28th, El Paso Altwear presents Shibari,
the art of Japanese rope bondage.
This is a beginner's class for adults 21 and up. Reserve tickets on sale now, starting at $30 per person. Don't forget April 28th.
Shibari.
For more information, go to nequiemevents.com, 915-227-1871, or see show notes for the link. Shibari.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, ignition, liftoff.
You are listening to Stay Tuned, El Paso.
With Victor Cruz, Charlie, and Erica.
The best thing to happen to El Paso ever.
Es el episode 31. Do our guests know this is a Spanish podcast?
I don't think they do. You better let them...
Who do we have, Vic?
On the show, this podcast recording this afternoon as we record, we have two members of Burlesque on the Rio. You're listening to Stay Tuned El Paso. It's Victor Cruz, Charlie Moreno, and Erica. And joining us is it Jazz? Did Jazz show up today?
Yes, sir. Jazz Bubbles, that's true.
Awesome. And who did you bring in with you, Jazz? Betty?
Yes.
Betty may wiggle.
Yes. Well, we know she can because she's been here for about half an hour getting things going with us so far. Thank you guys for joining us. I want to talk a lot about... Wow, there's a Freudian slip. I want to talk a lot about burlesque. Before we get into all that, just want to remind everybody we are actually recording and streaming live on the Facebook page right now. So
On the Facebook.
On the Facebook.
You say it like you're 45.
On the Facebook. I am. Of course.
So am I.
Yeah, see, so...
on the My Face.
we are on Facebook Live right now as we're streaming, as we record this. We're going to try to record this in real time, so to speak, so that there's no editing done. So what you hear on the show right now is probably going to be posted on the Stay Tuned El Paso places that you can download them at, all the various locations.
There's no other choice at this point. It's recording into MP3, so I'm not going to mess with that.
Nothing? Good. The quality sounds good. Erica, how are you?
Trying to survive.
Trying to stay awake?
Yes.
I smell the coffee coming from my left-hand side. You holding on okay?
I need it injected.
Yeah.
He smells the coffee coming.
I guess I'm going to pass on the coffee.
Yeah. Why is this sweetener so salty?
I would also like to point out that my wife is...
Salted caramel.
In fact, in the apartment. So just a heads up to everybody. Appreciate that.
Okay.
The burlesque on the Rio girls have their back to the wife. So, you know what she can. So, give us a bit about... let's talk about burlesque on the Rio. I guess we're just going to go straight whole show with burlesque on the Rio. Did you have any other topics? Did you have anything else that was going on this past 2 weeks?
I think you were going to do an update on WWE.
There was a wrestling update that we can talk about. Absolutely.
Do you want to do that first, or do you want to talk about anything in the news? How many people have died of the flu this week? Are we at a
Erica,
new record?
that's your expertise.
I stopped keeping track.
Yeah.
Is there still more?
I don't think so. I think it's kind of died down.
Hold on.
Give her more coffee.
Yeah.
Hey.
Death jokes are hilarious. By the way, rest in peace to my grandmother who died on Friday night.
Wait, what?
Yeah, she died.
What are you bringing this on us now?
Yes. And I want to actually take a second to thank Robert Olguin from K-Fox, because my grandmother used to watch the news religiously every day, every morning, every midday, every night. And she used to watch every single channel, and she used to love watching the news. And one of her things that she's she had been wanting to do is meet some of the news reporters, the local news reporters.
Okay.
I contacted some people that I knew, and Robert was one of the first ones because my grandmother used to watch the K-Fox night news all the time. So I contacted him. I asked him, "Can you swing by?"
You're being legit about this.
No, she really died.
Wow.
Yes, this is not a joke.
I was waiting for the Where's the punchline, man? It's not getting any funnier, Charlie.
It's a long way to the setup,
right? Man.
No, but I contacted Robert Olguin from K-Fox, and I told him what was going on, and he actually dropped everything he was doing on last Saturday to come over and meet my grandmother. My grandmother wasn't feeling well, and it took a lot of energy out of her, so he didn't come by. I called to cancel, but I did ask him if he could do me a favor, a solid, and he recorded a video, which I got to show to my grandmother, and she her smile just came out, and she started crying, and she thought it was amazing. So thank you to Robert Olguin for taking the extra mile and doing that for my grandmother is much appreciated.
So Rob filmed this little greeting video for her.
Just a selfie.
And she got to see that,
right.
And then shortly thereafter, she died.
Yeah, her last words were, "I'm going to start watching KVIA."
So
I'm just joking.
So the takeaway from all this is Rob Olguin murdered your grandmother.
Yes.
I see. That's nice.
But I need to stay friends with him because he makes really cool videos and movies. So
yeah.
And so my grandmother passed away Friday night. I was there with her. I held her hand while she took her last breaths, and she went peacefully. Luckily, everything went really nice and peaceful, and there was the best way. I've seen a lot of people die from cancer, so it was one of the better ones that I've seen.
Yeah.
I don't know if I had notification that Rob was actually watching our live right now. So
oh, really?
If he's still sticking around, thank you, Rob.
Again, Robert, if you're listening, thank you for what you did for my grandmother and for myself. I appreciate it. I'm not going to get all choked up now, so I'm going to stop talking about it. Victor, WWE.
Well, I just don't know where to go from here now.
Follow that one.
Yeah? Well, let's talk more about boobies or something, man. Please, let's get us out of this. WWE.
The Fault in Our Stars?
Yeah,
oh,
so
no.
Man.
Let's go there.
It's not.
Oh, I have an oxygen tank in the car.
Okay. You want to do it?
April, yeah, go ahead. Let's just do. I can do some real quick, brief stuff.
Are you sure? I don't want to pressure you.
Wrestling. Well, no. I mean, I got stuff here you can always talk about. Just give me the intro.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Let's go. Victor's coming on, boy, he's ready to rock.
Look at Erica's face.
Wrestling fanatics, man, they never stop. It's wrestling news with Victor Cruz. Oh yeah, let's go, come on, let's get the news. It's still real to me, damn it, don't go looking. Can you smell what Victor's got cooking? It's wrestling news with Victor Cruz. Oh yeah, let's go, come on, let's get the news.
This is some top-notch production.
Man, I'm telling you. I wish I had some stories to talk about.
Ronda's in the WWE.
Ronda Rousey's back, is in the WWE, and apparently they pulled her in. We've talked about this before. Her and Brock Lesnar, part of the MMA fighters who are making those jumps into the WWE, into the sports entertainment world.
Yeah.
And, of course, getting ready and getting geared up for the April 8th edition of WrestleMania this year, which is supposed to be huge. One of the bigger names, however, in wrestling who may no longer be with the WWE, there was rumors that Rey Mysterio was going to sign and come back to the WWE. Bit of history. Rey Mysterio, one of the better luchadores, the Mexican-style wrestler, wore the mask. Hadn't been with the company for a handful of years, was doing other things in other companies, most notably Lucha Underground, which was a startup company from El Rey Network, which I guess if you don't have Spectrum or one of those cable companies, you just don't get El Rey Network. Broke away from that company and actually made an appearance, a surprise appearance at this year's Royal Rumble. So the speculation was that WWE was going to rehire Rey Mysterio. He, in fact, is now co-owner of a new production called Aero Lucha Promotion. It's out of Tennessee, and they've taken a lot of the old former WWE superstars who were also on Lucha Underground and now part of this. So it looks like Rey Mysterio's return is not going to happen for the WWE. And I'll tell you, the WWE is probably kicking themselves because Charlie, and I know Erica follows a little bit too, if you know anything about the WWE and Vince McMahon, it's that they want to make money. And the whole point of I mean, they want to make
this is not for charity.
They want to make buku bucks, and the whole point of them wanting to have Rey Mysterio obviously was to sell merchandise and masks and
leaf blowers.
Absolutely, yeah,
sombreros
with Rey Mysterio masks.
Officially by the WWE, of course. So this is a major blow to the WWE if this isn't going to happen. Also, there was a new list of names that came out that was allegedly teasing possibilities of steroid and drug use in the WWE, and fortunate or maybe unfortunate, none of the names that were promised to be on that list actually surfaced. So it's very interesting to follow along. But the big news, of course, Ronda Rousey. I've asked you before, but what's your take on this now as we sort of get closer and closer to WWE? I know you have a little bit of an interest, or not interest, but an opinion on these MMA fighters. These MMA fighters moving over to the WWE. Was Ronda Rousey, number one, good? Was she making money there?
No, I think she was good as a judo practitioner, Olympic level, obviously. I think she was good as an MMA fighter. I thought she was okay. I think she came out strong, but a lot of that was Joe Silva's matchmaking skills, and she was very marketable. She was the young blonde girl that came from the Olympics, and I think it was a great story, but I think that once people in her weight division saw a lot of the video and they saw how the clinch was and all that stuff, they were it was easily predictable. So that's what her downfall was.
Was it hype? Was it all hype?
I don't think it was all hype. I think somewhat. I mean, it's no different than what they did with Brock Lesnar when he got into the MMA scene. They arranged some fights that it was going to be pretty one-sided, and nobody had seen him really fight, so they didn't know what to expect. I think the same thing with Ronda Rousey, where it was all in the matchmaking, and the first several fights she won by armbar every single one. I think it was 5 fights in a row.
Yeah.
And then after that, I think a lot of people saw the video and said, I can get this one. It's a double leg takedown and ground and pound, and just take her out that way. And I think she had a weak chin after she got rocked a couple times, and that's something you don't really recover from.
The WWE is, and I know you don't watch or you don't read or follow that, not as closely as I do anyway, but they're really trying to push her into that
bad girl
beast, in sort of a beast mode, into that which they've done with Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar is unstoppable. Brock Lesnar is whatever, and they're trying to. I don't want to say counterpart, but they want to make her the Brock Lesnar female version of that. And honestly, I don't think it's working right now. I think a lot of people feel what you feel. Well, she was okay as an MMA, but she's not.
She didn't really sell a lot of tickets, and that's the thing. The women's weight divisions were always kind of weak. I don't think you could really have the women's weight division hold a headlining fight or a championship fight by itself. But they're two different sports, and she's making money, so fuck it. It's
money.
It's a good way. She has definitely a lot more money than other MMA fighters. So if she's going to make a huge retirement fund off of this, I say go for it.
What about the fact that the other big rumor is Brock Lesnar, after he's done with April 8th in WrestleMania.
Movies. He has to go into film.
Going back to MMA. He's going back into the UFC fighting. How do you feel about the fighters who go back and forth? Now, are they just trying to cash both cows? Did I just make up a phrase? I made up a phrase.
To me, it doesn't matter. I think people are going to pay for the fights they want to watch, and there's going to be people that are interested in seeing Brock Lesnar fight.
Does he still have it, though? Is he still worthy of a UFC style?
His sheer weight and size is enough to beat a few of the heavyweight competitors out there right now. Will he retain a belt and actually keep it? I don't know. But it's all in the matchmaking. I mean, a lot of the UFC has come under fire because the MMA math, where they're sizing up different people with completely different styles, and that's not really what mixed martial arts is. It's a whole overall, style. And It used to happen with Lyoto Machida with the karate style. That was something new to MMA. But then again, many years ago when it first started, that's how Brazilian jiu-jitsu. I can't talk.
What is wrong with you today?
I took medication. I took some meth.
He's par for the course.
You might want to lay off the booger sugar.
But that's what happened since the beginning. That's why Brazilian jiu-jitsu, I got it right, made such a huge splash, because back then the first UFC fights, you remember that fight with the one boxer with the one boxing glove? Mm-hmm. I mean, that was like, oh, he might have a chance.
No,
that's not gonna happen. But I think the sport's evolving, and if this is a good way to retire for her, I say go for it. But I think Brock Lesnar would make a killing in films, a huge killing.
My only thing with Ronda Rousey is she's not. Her acting's bad. And she's so stiff and rigid. I can't watch her.
And that's going to apply to the WWE.
No, that's exactly what I'm talking about, because that's where I've seen her. And the times that I've seen her, I'm like, you're a freaking robot. You don't even move.
They and you can tell that they are absolutely feeding her and telling her, "Look, you have to do this. When you go out,
this is what you need to do."
And she just fails.
Yeah.
It's not good.
She needs to develop that. If that's what she needs to, if that's what she wants to do, and that's what she wants to stick to, she needs to work on it, because
she's just not good.
No, she's not. She's horrible.
And it's so surprising to me as we start to wrap this up. It's so surprising to me that they make her big debut at the Royal Rumble. The Royal Rumble pay-per-view kicks off everything to WrestleMania. So they bring her out in preps for cashing in on WrestleMania, and it's just not really working right now.
I follow her on Instagram, because I followed her when she was fighting in MMA, and then when she, that train derailed, it was like, and then she was quiet for a while.
Well, she was depressed. I mean, she took it so hard.
She did. She was gone for quite a bit.
And
when that's when she first got rocked.
And because of that, she's the perfect athlete to go into sports and entertainment that is written for her.
Exactly. But I think they're playing her angle completely wrong. I'm kind of siding with Victor here, where they're trying to make her that beast, but they should have probably approached it differently.
They should have had her come in as
kind of like the rising phoenix.
Right.
She has to come back.
Nobody expected that from her.
Well, and then the other thing
she can't come back on top.
And the other thing that a lot of the wrestling fans are upset about is she's using the moniker of Rowdy.
Oh, I saw that, and I was just like,
and but the WWE, the Piper family gave the blessing. They said it's okay.
Yeah.
And she even has his jacket. That is his jacket.
That's his jacket?
The Jet, the son. Uh-huh. Oh, man, this is getting interesting now. Now we're really into the wrestling.
I thought we were wrapping this up.
Yeah, I know. No, Jet, Piper's son, actually had the jacket, and the WWE said, can we use it for a round? And he said, absolutely. Before Piper passed away a few years ago, he gave the blessing to her and said, you can use the name.
And I know that it had come up when she was with MMA. I know there had been an issue about her using Rowdy.
They got confused. Maybe they thought she was Cyborg.
No, I don't know.
No, there is no confusion there. Yeah. Cyborg is Cyborg, because she looks like...
It's been a long time since I've watched a full pay-per-view, and I don't know. I just haven't seen anything in the last year and a half, 2 years that I've been willing to shell out that much money for.
What it all basically boils down to, and it's sort of something that Erica is alluding to, is as well as a corporate machine as the WWE is and will always be, a lot of their writing and their script writing, let's be honest, it's scripted out, is absolutely horrible.
It's still real to me. Damn it.
I know. So it'll be interesting to see come April 8th, WrestleMania, what continues with Ronda Rousey. I mean, I think this is her full-time gig from here on out.
Yeah, that's what it seems like. And on social media, that's the only thing she's pushing now.
She may never go back into it. I don't know if she's going to go back into acting.
I don't think she will.
Is that a wrap?
Yeah. It's wrestling news with Victor Cruz. Oh, yeah. Let's go. Come on.
Is it still on?
Let's get the news.
All right.
There we go.
Check. Okay.
Real quick, just hello to everybody watching. And Ace, thank you so much for checking us out. Julio, hello. Franchella just joined us as well as we are recording live.
Miss you.
How many people are watching? Do you?
Just those two that I mentioned. Those 3 people.
All right.
Yeah, we have a viewership.
If you guys can turn on your desktops and iPads, so it sounds like
we
more.
Increase our numbers.
Yeah.
6 people are watching in right now.
How many are watching naked?
Oh
Not yet.
girl.
We haven't
yet.
started speaking to the girls yet.
Okay.
It'll be a matter of time.
I looked over at the wife and at Chris, see if they were. No, they're dressed, so we're okay there.
We have
too.
6 girls today, and Erica.
Thanks, guys. Damn. Something must have happened during that nap.
It's the coffee, I tells you. Have another sip.
You're looking perky.
I sprouted some balls.
Playing with balls.
Moving on. Burlesque on the Rio
Now there's a
joining
plus.
us.
Now there's a plus. She likes playing with balls.
Yeah, there we go.
We're good now.
I'm married.
My wife is right.
Just so we can say that 20 minutes in, I'm married.
I'm not.
I'm not going to look to my right.
My wife is 20 yards away from me, if less than
And
that.
this is not
that's a lot
awkward for
less
Victor
than
at all.
20 yards.
Lot.
I think you need a new prescription, Vic.
Yeah, well,
That's more like 7 yards.
even worse, trust me. Oh, I may not hear about it during the podcast, but I will hear about
He'll
it
be
later.
silent
read
on
about it
Facebook
on
tonight.
Facebook.
That's right. Burlesque on the Rio. Ladies, thank you for joining us this afternoon as we get into the thrux of this all.
Thank you for having us.
Absolute. Give us a little bit of information, details, a little bit of history about Burlesque on the Rio itself.
We have been performing together for 5 years.
I believe so.
We're going to go with 5 years. And we have a show coming up next weekend in Las Cruces and on April 14th at Touch Bar.
Touch Bar?
Yes.
Did they name it just for this event? Or
No, really. It's a bar.
That's the name.
That is the name of the bar, Touch Bar.
Okay.
What is, for clarification, and if you guys are able to speak on it, what is the difference, let's just talk about it right now, between burlesque and stripping? Or is there a major difference?
Well, there is one major difference. No one ever asks a woman who works at a gentleman's club what the difference is between burlesque and stripping.
Well, then,
That is the major difference. The second difference is we don't make nearly as much money.
Do you not have to go to college too?
We also
kids to feed?
we are not also in college. So those are the two major differences. Is no one ever asks a stripper what the difference is between burlesque and stripping.
Never.
Ever.
And if they did ask over there, they probably have no clue.
You're in the wrong place, the wrong building.
Burlesque, I don't know where that street is.
We will
¿Dónde queda eso?
we will
¿Dónde
never
está?
ever shame. They are hardworking women, and we appreciate them. We support them entirely.
I love going to watch.
Yes, we love going to watch.
You get dance tips, you get ideas, or you just go.
100%.
Yeah,
They're amazing.
You make it rain.
Yeah, totals.
Got to make a living.
Yes.
There's a bit of an, and I'm being a little bit facetious, but obviously I would feel there's a bit more of an art form. There's a bit more of a solid history with burlesque.
Burlesque started in the 1880s with the British blondes came across from Europe and started burlesque. It's part of vaudeville. And as my son says, I'm a classy stripper.
That's right.
That's right. Hold on.
Oh, we forgot they're drinking.
That's right. We're drinking shots. So, yes.
Did I miss out or what?
I don't know.
Oh, I'm sorry. We didn't bring you any.
Thanks.
No one slipped
Burlesque
anything in my
is a more than 100-year-old art form. It is part of our culture. It came out of vaudeville. It is
Fun of
it is a joke on sexuality. It is to be fun. It is to be sensual. It is to be silly. And we're pointing at the camera for some reason.
The camera went out. We're
Oh.
technical issues.
And the camera went out. Yay, now I'm naked. So
No, it's back.
Oh, no, now I put my clothes back on.
it's that quick.
Oh, darn it. That's how quick burlesque is.
Right.
It's all a joke. So,
So individually, Betty, what got you into burlesque? Where did you decide, you know what, this is what I want to do? Because from what I'm understanding, it's almost parody. It's almost
It is.
fun.
It is. Burlesque is parody. And when I was 40, I decided to take a burlesque class, and I met the most amazing girl in the world, Miss Jazz Bubbles.
And I couldn't take my hands off her.
That's right. So we have the same...
Get the camera fixed, quick.
Hurry. Oh, yeah, we have the same burlesque birthday. We started the same night together, and we've been performing together ever since, and it's amazing. Why did I start? Because I wanted to do something new and different and creative and interesting and silly and fun and have friends that were outrageous and amazing, and I found them.
And Jazz, what got you into burlesque? Pretty much the same deal, or?
Somewhat, actually, yes. It was a little bit of a adventure for me since my friend had a shop, and it was next to a studio. So Franchella had the Adelita shop, and right next door was the studio, the burlesque studio that I started at. And it was amazing. I met some great women, and I couldn't stop. I had tried pole dancing before for pole fitness, which is amazing also. You should try it. But I felt like I needed something different. So I started burlesque, and it was so much fun. And I love taking my clothes off, having different characters.
Obviously, watch how I move away from that very quickly. Obviously, it's a bit of a release, I guess, maybe, if you would. Or is it a release? Is it a stress relief for you guys? Is it an outlet of some sort?
It's an empowerment.
Is it?
That's exactly what I was going to ask you
Absolutely.
guys. How empowering is it to take over your own body and display it how you wish?
There's nothing more empowering than being mostly naked in front of 200 strangers.
And doing it on your own terms.
And on my own terms. And
however we'd like to. Whether it's silly and fun or
sexy, sensual, creative. It is all on our own terms.
And empowering, like Erica said, over your own body, but also, really, to be honest, controlling the room, crowd. Controlling the atmosphere, the crowd.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. We are in charge of the entire room, and there's nothing more empowering than having 200 people scream and shout and celebrate your sexuality and your creativity.
And love you. Just
love you.
How much, and again, I already know the answer to this, but how much creativity do you have over your own show, over your own character? You come up with your own...
100%.
Everything.
So what kind of character, Betty Maywiggle, are you? Does it... What do you bring to the stage, I guess?
I bring 100% of it. Everything that we do is our own creation. And of course, we ask each other how to make it better. But we bring the idea, we bring the concept of each act to the stage, and together we make the act even better.
I'm kind of sort of, not to lessen it, but I'm kind of sort of liking it to what we were talking about previously with wrestlers and characters.
Absolutely.
And has there ever been a character, either one of you, that you started off with and said, that's just not working. I need to modify this. I need to move away from something.
Sometimes you need to break up with acts.
You have to break up with acts. We have all had something where we were like, oh my God, this is amazing. And everyone else goes, oh, just take that out and throw it in the trash can, because that is trash. It is horrible.
Like you do it once and it's like, it's amazing, and gotta let it go.
And obviously feedback from the crowd. Does that also help?
Oh, yes. We have all had the one act we brought to the stage, and the crowd goes, ooh. What was that? And you go, okay, well, I need to rework that.
Walk us through, say, a day in a life on stage, prior to getting on stage, of a burlesque dancer. Not talking about private life, which you get up and eat cereal and breakfast in the morning, but I'm talking about once you get to a venue and you're ready to perform.
Wait a second, do they actually eat breakfast?
Yes!
Vodka, we already discussed this.
I need my...
It's all about brunch.
Another shot. You ready? There they go.
Yes, we are all about brunch.
I need food. I do need food.
Our shows, like, let's say April 14th, which everyone will attend.
Only $10 a ticket.
$10 a ticket.
I got them now.
And we have VIP tickets. Anyway, on that note, we get up, we have brunch,
with all the performers,
get drunk together, we have tons of fun. Oh, yes, we bond. Yes, there's that. And then we get covered in glitter, and we go out, and we are amazing. Was that what you were asking?
We like to mingle with the crowd.
Part of me is waiting for Charlie to get the camera back up, and the other part
camera's back up.
Just waiting.
Yes.
So what's the camaraderie with the ladies? And not just ladies, but there's also gentlemen performing with you as well.
We do have boyleskers. We're looking for them in El Paso. Boyleskers, come find us.
Come find us.
Unfortunately, El Paso has 0 boyleskers currently. Anytime we are looking for boys. We do have boyleskers who have come from Albuquerque, Las Cruces, and Colorado, and Tucson. We have had them from all over.
We appreciate drag as well.
Yes, we appreciate drag tremendously. We do have drag in our April show. Next week in Las Cruces, we have drag.
At the Warehouse Bar.
A Warehouse Bar, $5.
El Paso's such a conservative city. I mean, let's just be flat out honest.
Absolutely.
So, do you find it hard to, number one, like you said, you're looking for performers. Do you find that hard? And number two, do you find it hard to perform and set up events here?
No.
Really?
Performing here is so easy. People are wonderful and accommodating, and Touch Bar is amazing. I cannot say enough.
Great. We love them so much.
We are so privileged to perform at Touch Bar. It is the most amazing. Backstage is everything. And if you have not been to Touch Bar, you need to be there. Touch
right off James Watt.
It's the perfect bar. It's like a little piece of LA was just dropped in El Paso. It's fantastic.
Great drinks, great atmosphere.
We are so lucky. But on this side note, people are so wonderful and appreciative. Our audience is amazing.
Is that a new feeling, do you think? I say new, but maybe within the past 5-10 years at El Paso, audiences are becoming a little bit more open to that sort of thing. The venues are becoming more open because, let's be honest, a few years ago, the only way to see a show similar or type of show like this may have only been at the OP for special events or for Halloween or whatever. Yeah. Do you think now it's becoming more, and I guess the word is acceptable in the city?
I think it has become more acceptable. Nationwide, burlesque has become, over the last 10 years, burlesque has become an acceptable art form, I guess. But in El Paso, we're always a couple years behind the rest of the country, but our audience is amazing.
It grows every show.
Every show. Everyone is amazing.
Early, you are standing. Everybody knows to get there early.
We have the most amazing audience. Our crowds are there. Our crowds get there before we get there.
Yes. Sometimes we're like, oh wait, no shit. What happened?
Right. We're not even dressed anything, and our crowds are there.
At 8, it's 7.
Yes, we are so blessed with amazing crowds.
You're listening to Stay Tuned El Paso. It's Victor Cruz, Charlie Moreno, and we're talking with performers. And who founded Burlesque on the Rio here? Is it local in El Paso, or is it a Las Cruces, El Paso thing?
It's just El Paso, and we're all actually independent performers. We're not a troupe or a group or whatever you would think of. We're each independent performers. We just produce together as Burlesque on the Rio. We're not...
That is the show name.
It's the show name. It's not that we're a group. We each perform independently, and then we come together to produce a show.
Do you find time that you have to perform or rehearse and practice outside? I mean, how much are you jazz bulbs all day long? How much are you Bettie May Wiggle all day long? Is it a continuous thing for you?
We perform regularly out of town. Jazz and I are performing in Denver for the 420 show.
When's that date?
I think we're performing April 21st.
Columbine's anniversary.
Thanks a lot. Bring it down. Bring it down.
There's the dark one again.
And bringing it down.
Charlie's back, y'all.
Yeah, thank you.
He got the camera working, and he's back.
Damn live stream is on. I got to make a joke.
But yeah, we perform all over. We've performed in Dallas.
But your character, I mean, let's be honest, it's your characters.
We are characters.
Are you that all the time? Can you turn it off? Can you turn it on?
Absolutely, yes. I turn it off. Monday through Friday, it's turned off.
I doubt that.
Wednesday nights, I like to turn on.
Yeah, that's right. Wednesday nights when we go to practice, we're turned back on.
You've been here for about an hour, and I doubt you turn it off, Betty. I don't think you ever have turned it off.
We turn it off. I have my serious real life, and we both have our
professionals.
That's right. We're real people, Monday through Friday.
Got day jobs.
Saturday night, come see us.
And in your professional life, without giving out too much information, obviously you want to keep the professional and the private life just that. Private, absolutely. But do you find yourself thinking about, oh, yeah, you know what? Something happened today that I'm actually going to turn that into part of the routine or part of the show.
All day long, every day.
Really?
Absolutely. I listen to my Pandora at work, and I'm like, ooh, that song. Mm-hmm. I need to call Jazz.
Lunchtime's on.
Yeah. Yeah, no, burlesque never leaves my life. I find glitter on my clothes. I find a rhinestone stuck on my pants, and I'm like, oh, wow, it's Wednesday. How long has that been there? That's weird.
Glitter on me somewhere. Yeah. I always find it somewhere.
Absolutely. No, it never really leaves my life.
Are you upset about the Hitler joke?
No, I forgot the Hitler joke.
Don't take it so seriously. It's just a joke.
Okay, I'm ready.
No need to be so uptight. Why are you so uptight?
I'm not worried about the Hitler joke. I just promised that I would no longer cuss.
Oh.
That's fine.
I'll go for it.
Hitler joke is fine. There's nothing cussing here, right? Sorry, we're on different levels. Okay, it's Stay Tuned El Paso, Burlesque on the Rio. We'll come back with you guys here in just a few moments. Was there something?
You can check our webpage, too.
Please. Oh, plug away. What are the websites? What are the
plug
Facebook?
Away.
Our Facebook page is Burlesque on the Rio, and we also have the 411
Burlesque.
In the 915?
Yes, 411 on the 915 Burlesque. You can check out all of our events coming up. We have tickets for sale. Please buy them.
We also have VIP tables.
Yes, we only have 4 VIP tables left. There were 6. We sold 2 today, so come on, buy your tickets.
It's Stay Tuned El Paso. We'll come back with you guys here in just a few moments. You're listening to Stay Tuned El Paso, Victor Cruz, Charlie Moreno, and Erica.
Yeah.
Ready? Now let's do it.
Now, yeah.
No, I didn't see where you're going.
You missed it already.
I know. Well, let's go with it now.
Let's try to make this sound natural.
I know, absolutely.
Hey, Vic, relax. It was just a joke. Why are you being so uptight?
I'll tell you why. I'm just practicing for the new shibari class on April 28th.
Shibari. What the hell is a shibari?
It's the Japanese art of bondage. I love it.
What?
Where is
the shibari classes. Now, let me tell you guys, the shibari class is on April 28th and is presented by El Paso Altwear with Nequium Pinup and Boudoir Photography Studio.
Boudoir? Nequium Pinup and Boudoir Photography Studio. I know I've heard of them, but what the hell is El Paso Altwear?
El Paso Altwear offers alternative wear for the lifestyle and the curious. Their shibari class is April 28th, 2017. Visit nequiumevents.com for tickets and more info.
And tickets are only $30 per person or $50 per couple. Or if you want, then it's $40 at the door.
And how do you know this, Erica?
Because I already have my tickets. How could I possibly miss that?
What?
Hey ladies, empower yourselves with a photo shoot from Nequium Photography. And for tickets and info on the shibari class, on April 28th, 2018, visit nequiumevents.com.
Not bad for our first live read.
That was pretty good.
He pitched it right at you, and I was like, do it.
I know. I waited for a nice little quiet moment, and I threw it out, and he missed. The swing and a miss.
At first, I was like, what is he talking about?
But the keyword I was looking for was Hitler. I didn't see Hitler in the script, so I didn't see.
Uptight, and I was like, right there.
I thought shuffling the paper would have made it obvious.
Well, I knew what you were getting at, but you see, the key, Hitler, again, I was looking for Hitler, so I had no idea.
I'll write Hitler into the next one.
Please, let me know. You're listening to Stay Tuned El Paso. It's Victor Cruz, along with Charlie and Erica. Burlesque on the Rio. How many events and shows throughout the year? Because this is going to be available for download all the time. So we're talking about the shows coming up in April, but you have other shows and events throughout the year.
We do 2 major shows a year, and usually they're in May and November, but this year we moved it back to April. But we do have another show coming up in November.
Little shows in between.
So our major shows where we bring in outside huge performers are in this year, April and November. But we do little shows throughout the year. If you want to book us, we are available. You don't have to book the whole group. You can book individual performers or...
Big names, obviously, in the burlesque world. Who would be some of these names that you would, or that you have brought in, or would be considering to bring in?
Probably the biggest names we brought in was Joe Boobs Weldon and Johnny Porkpie was our first show. They are major names in the burlesque world.
Some of my favorites.
Yes. Didn't you used to enjoy a good Johnny Porkpie when you were in New York?
Who doesn't enjoy a Johnny Porkpie?
Johnny Porkpie and a reach around are my favorites.
You can't get those here in El Paso, though. You got to go to New York for the authentic.
You got to go through Amazon.com for those.
Absolutely. That's a good Johnny Porkpie. In April, we have coming in from Portland, we have Riri Sincere, and we are so lucky to have in the Dr. Lucky, the PhD double D of burlesque.
I love her so much.
She is
from New York.
New York. She's amazing.
Does the double D stand for Dungeons and Dragons? Or?
No, not at all. It does not.
Oh man, I wish that camera would have caught your face there for a bit. It was like,
not that I could have to put both of mine together to make it mean the double D.
Put some Miracle Grow on those.
Yes,
would just like to point
Dr. Lucky, the PH double D.
My wife is over there.
Yeah, at this point, Victor's
20 yards
extremely
away.
uncomfortable.
She's okay. It's okay.
Yeah. Write these down, babe. Write those names down. We'll do a search later.
Yes, the PH double D of burlesque. She really is a PhD, but she's also a burlesque performer. She's amazing. And we have Carmel Knowledge from LA coming in. We have a couple of performers from Albuquerque coming in.
Yes.
Now, is that caramel knowledge or caramel knowledge?
Caramel. It's caramel.
How do you pronounce it? Caramel? Caramel?
Oh, if you...
Yeah, there you go. Show us. Yes.
Their billboard for a little bit.
Or we can
use this as
also
the
we can
censor
also
bar.
do this.
Yeah. Oh, hold on. This.
One each.
Yeah, no. Caramel Knowledge from LA. She's fantastic.
What are those? Calendars?
Yes.
What are
for you guys.
those?
What?
Charlie, back in the
Sweet, I'm fighting for that one.
back in the day, Charlie, we used to print these things up on paper and call them calendars.
They're paper. It's bizarre.
And we have calendars.
Oh, okay, so you have some of the guests out at the bottom here.
Hold them up on the camera. I don't know how far back the delay is, but hold it up for just a little bit.
I've
so
had
we
too
can
much
make
coffee,
sure.
guys. I'm shaking.
We're so delayed.
Stop.
I'm not sure if you can actually see that.
That'll show up 5 days from now.
Yeah.
On the day of the event, look on our Facebook page.
On the anniversary of Columbine.
See you there.
I have no idea. I have no idea how back the delay is.
No,
it's
okay.
No worries.
No, but we got it up there.
We've had performers from Colorado, LA, Tucson, Phoenix, Dallas.
You're taking that one already? You've already claimed?
Hell yeah.
That's the one you want?
That's
okay.
right, girl.
I got
Get
another one for you.
The wife is.
I
Yeah.
got one for you.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll sleep on it tonight.
You're used to that.
I'll hang it
Use
up
it
on
as a
my
blanket.
In 2 weeks.
in my bathroom mirror.
In our next recording in 2 weeks, I was like, Charlie, what are all those paper cuts all over you? What happened? Did you get into a fight with a dog? Yeah.
Have you ever looked at picture painting on Reddit?
Oh God.
My wife is sitting right there. I don't know what you.
What the hell is a Reddit?
I don't know. I don't know who Reddit is. I want to thank you guys for coming on down. It's been a lot of fun. Appreciate all this
been.
and the information.
However
of course.
uncomfortable it made Victor today.
I like that.
Normally,
You can see us more on Saturday.
Oh,
It's
I
only
will.
$5.
I don't know about Victor doing it, but
more.
I will.
All of us. All of us.
the situation is normally, she works when we podcast, and today she was off, so
She heard early in the week.
She took the day off.
It's okay.
picked the wrong day to do the burlesque show. Darn it!
And she's going to make sure that you get some workers' comp for an injury when you go back to work tomorrow.
Maybe out for a little bit of time. Was there anything else?
Somehow he got a microphone shoved in his mouth. He can't work.
Wait a minute, that's not his mouth.
And that's not a microphone.
And that's no microphone. Throughout the year, you guys are always doing events, and of course, the best way to follow along is on the places you mentioned previously. For those who missed out, on the Facebook pages, and what were they again?
Burlesque on the Rio is our best Facebook page to follow us on. Each one of us has our individual Facebook pages, of course. But if you go,
they can each find that through the page, the main page.
Yes, but off of our Facebook page, Burlesque on the Rio, you can find our Facebook pages.
Now, are you guys on any other social media sites, Twitter or Instagram or
Yes.
Snapchat?
We're on Instagram.
On the Twitter.
On the Twitter?
The tweeter.
On the Instagram.
Okay.
Yes.
Instagram.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm following along to see where we are on the
No,
video.
you're just trying not to look.
No, I'm okay
Avert
with
your
all.
Oh my
eyes.
God, we have our clothes on.
I know. But I wish you.
in there.
But I wish you.
It's even topless.
I wish you could see what I see. It's the two of you, and then right in the middle, her
Oh, I'm sorry.
head
No, why?
is just sitting.
His wife is right behind you.
I mean, just right.
All right, let's just move back over here.
See now,
Is that
the
better?
whole interview could have been
No,
like that.
what? Why weren't we like this the whole time?
I'll tell you. Listen, I got to
Where's
tell
Ella?
you.
We could have just been like this, just grabbing each other's
Right?
boobies
See,
the whole time.
that the whole,
Yeah.
I will say this. I'm going to tell the story about the first time you and I went out to a strip club. Not that, because I love
hold
this.
on. Let's move over so we can tell
Let's
this part
see.
of the story.
Let's see what's going on here.
I as we started dating, we hadn't even been married yet, and I love this story because this is how much she makes me crack up. Took her to a strip club because that's kind of what I used to do a lot of before.
Strip?
There's
I met her.
used to be a
nothing
stripper?
wrong with that.
Go a lot.
Okay.
And
Oh, girl.
what was one of the first things I told you is we're going to go. I don't want to mention the place because I'm not sure if it's still around or it changed its name or if they still offer the same services. But I said they have,
Free cheeseburger.
they had the
had
best
free
lunch.
cheeseburgers.
Yes, it was. The lunch was amazing.
Place to be.
So we used to go and eat, and so why
You went there for the burgers.
Yes.
Were they called fur burgers?
No. How good was the burger? How good was the burger?
Very good.
Right, for free. Plus, you got 2 beers, and then you got to see boobs. Couldn't beat that.
That was from the cook.
Couldn't beat that.
That's too cute. Sorry. Hey, Dee
Oh,
Dee.
she's got a tassel.
Yeah, I'm checking out her boobs.
The shirt has
adorable.
actual tassel on
Yeah.
it.
Sorry, I got really confused.
Get that?
here.
Yeah, get that. I just picked that up.
I was like totally checking out her boobs.
Yeah.
I don't know where the delay is.
Yeah, Victor's just worried about the delay. He's like, I want to see it now. Are we live? Victor, you're 4 feet away.
He's like, oh no, we're back to boobs. Where's the delay?
So took
You don't
her.
have to look at that little screen. It's right here.
I know, I'm mesmerized by the live. So took her to the place to go get something to eat and something to drink. We had a burger, we had a couple of beers, and then Wiseacre said, well, I'm going to buy her a table dance. So I sent my wife off to get a table dance. And I think one or two she went out with, and she came back and she had her beer in her hand, and best response yet, as I looked at her and I said, how is it? And she said, well, I know I'm not gay. And took a drink.
And then the second sentence was, I guess I'll settle for you. Let's go.
And that's why we have Boylesque.
Yeah, and off to Vegas we went. What would be? Let's see, we still have some time. What would be the qualifications for a boylesque? If we know what burlesque is about in the females, what would a boylesque be doing?
Well, get up and let's see.
Oh no, you don't want to say this. Oh no.
What are the qualifications? You're a boy, and you want to perform.
Right.
Those are actually our qualifications.
Charlie.
Let's see it. Come on. We can turn this camera around.
Under this.
You're like, I didn't bring my tassels.
Burlesque never.
My tassels are all rusty and
Burlesque never shames. It doesn't matter your body, your color, your size. No.
Burlesque don't know Charlie.
We don't care about your age, your shape, your size, we don't care.
People like
you.
rugs.
We want you to
If anyone's
perform.
going to make a profit, it's best if I'm not on the show. Otherwise, people are going to pay to
Never
have
Trust
me put my clothes
me,
back
we
on.
are not making a
Never
profit off of this.
You're doing it wrong then.
This is not about the profit. It's about the performance.
There may be hope for us then, Charlie, if that's
Yes.
the case. If they're
Yes.
not looking for profit.
We got a
this
camera.
podcast on the
Let's do
stage,
it.
right?
Let's see it.
Let's see.
Come on, boys. You got it.
I don't know,
Each
guys.
one
Count
of you
me
got
out.
it.
Let me know when you're done with that.
I'm not
too.
going to try.
Yeah,
I thought
trust
you
me.
were included in that.
Yeah.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Oh, look at that. Man,
I know, I saw that. Oh, man.
that got quiet and awkward fast.
No, well, I was caught off guard. I was still thinking about her tassel.
Yeah,
Everyone
See?
is.
that's an amazing show. Did she show that? Did you get up and show that? a
Show
little
that
as
to
best
the
as you
camera.
can? That'll come
We
up.
all want to see that tassel.
And I'm not
Sound
just
effects.
Yeah.
I'm not just talking about. It's the fact that the tassel is on the star.
Perfect.
What are you
Yes.
bidding now?
No, he's not bidding.
Oh,
Are those 20s I hear?
yeah.
Yes.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
We should have done this on YouTube, and then we could have had that super chat where people actually donate money.
Oh.
Oh.
Come on,
Do it
Charlie.
right now.
Let's start over.
Fail.
$1.
Oh, one's better than none.
Yeah. Thank you guys as we start to wrap things up. It really is a lot of fun. And of course, as some of the major, bigger events come in, please come back and join us. Let's talk about that
Absolutely.
as well. Oh, I wanted to ask, oh God, what's her name?
He forgot what he asked.
No, wait, hold on. Danielle from American Pickers. Would you ever bring her in?
I don't know what that means.
Oh, so hold on. Give me a second.
Oh my God, this is like the weirdest quiz ever.
This is their assistant, right?
What is it,
Yes,
Daniel?
thank you.
The Office
Erica
Girl.
knows. Yes, but I can't. I don't
What
know
does
her-
an American Pickers mean?
It's a show. So it's these two guys that travel the country and they like go and buy up antique stuff. It's kinda
I'm
like-
going to say yes
like
because
Garage.
we accept anyone. If you're willing to perform and you're amazing, we want you.
I don't know, but she's
No, but she's like big time star. Hold on, I'm pulling the information.
I don't
up.
know what that means.
She is. I bet you.
You should have had this up before you asked us.
Danielle Colby Cushman.
yes.
You know who she is?
No.
Oh darn. Well then, never mind.
I have
Forget
no idea who that is, but yes.
I have no clue. What's
And it
going
takes,
on.
and of course, it takes you straight to the History Channel page, and it's not going to mention anything about her.
So what? Who is she? What?
What was your
So
question
does she do
on
this? Does she do that?
Yes, that's what she
Well,
does.
that's what they wanted to
I
know.
know.
Oh.
Her. American Pickers is a show on History
would like to
Channel.
have
It's one of my favorite shows.
I would love to.
Although I get very annoyed by it. I don't know why. But anyways, their office girl is Danielle, and she's sort of the one that sets them out on these picks. Pickers are guys who go out basically through
Garbage?
yeah, pretty much.
Antique stores and
Right, me too.
garages.
Yeah,
Just
and
watch Netflix.
people's homes and you know when they have like junk, and these guys go in and find the most expensive. Oh, hey, look here, you have a Renoir you had no idea about. Cool, I'll buy it for $20, and then they sell it for $1,000. Little, very similar to Pawn Stars, but she is. She
That's
is
a reach, Vic.
Yes.
a little.
It's a TV show.
Yeah, on
pretty much
History. They know each other. But she is their office girl. But as her legit job, she is a burlesque dancer.
Who
And I
has burlesque job as a legit job?
Well, I think it's more legit than being on History Channel for one. Anyway, if you ever have a chance,
Let me
look
see.
her up.
Well, we will totally bring her in.
Who? Like, can I see her?
Yeah, again, it goes straight to the History Channel
Did you
page.
know that?
But I know there's
No, I had
YouTube
no
videos.
idea.
No idea.
Google search.
There's
I'd love
YouTube
to.
videos.
Oh,
of
I
her.
remember her.
You
I
know-
used to watch that show years ago.
Yeah, she's still
I
there.
remember her. Yeah. Okay. Nice.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I put in my vote to bring her here.
Well, let's do it.
Okay,
So-
I'll leave a
Bring her
Facebook
in.
page mentioned
Yes.
to you guys.
You're gonna Instagram her and
We're
tell
in.
her to come on the podcast. Come on the podcast.
Oh, goodness gracious. We're going to need a bigger table.
Why-
Bigger tablecloth.
Why, Charlie, what do you mean by that? I don't stalk celebrities.
No, of course not.
What do you mean? Reality show stars? I have no idea.
Definitely not people with fish tanks and aquariums.
Yeah.
Or toy stores.
Yeah,
Trying to get
not at
free
all.
admission anywhere.
No.
In Vegas, I don't do that. Thank you,
Never.
ladies, for coming in. We really do
Thank you.
appreciate
For
it.
Having us.
Thank you. I think
Thank you.
this goes down as like my favorite show so far.
Oh, good.
Oh, great.
Oh,
30 of
good.
them.
You guys were horrible.
Out of 31, this is your favorite?
Yes, you guys were horrible for the rest of the other ones.
I have
You
low
say that
standards now.
every show, don't you?
I don't actually.
Well, we know what kind of guest to book on the
Yes.
show.
From now on.
Yeah.
More tassels, please.
More tassels.
Tassels for Erica.
About the titties.
Not for me. I want to watch them.
Changing the name of the show from
April 14th, come see our titties.
Yeah.
Is it, and April 20th also?
No, next week in Las Cruces.
Next week, Las
Saturday.
Cruces.
Las Cruces.
Okay.
Hold on, let me do it. April 14th.
Nice.
Saturday, April 14th at the Touch Bar, 11395 James Watt Drive. Doors open at 7, band is at 8, and the show starts at 9 p.m.
Don't
And the
miss it.
band is Rockabilly Strangers. Rockabilly Strangers. They're amazing.
And
Oh, yeah.
check them out at
Yes.
burlesque on the rio.weebly.com.
Yes.
And on Facebook. What's your Facebook again?
Burlesque on the Rio.
Burlesque on the Rio.
It's super easy.
Easy
Read
as
the
that.
tassel. Read
Hold on.
the
Read the
tassel.
titties. Read
just
the
wants-
titties.
Does the city of El Paso know you're using the star for that?
That's a tassel.
Everyone uses the star.
I'm sure they
Don't
would
think-
appreciate
I don't
it.
think it's copywritten. I
No,
read this.
okay, it is
Mountain
not.
Lion.
I know the alligators downtown are,
That is-
so I just want to make
The
sure.
alligator would have been cute too. It could have
No.
been taking a little bite.
No, I like the star.
On the
A
other
little
side.
severed nipple.
Yeah.
That would have been cute.
Yeah, that's cute.
We've lost control. It's time to wrap it
We
up.
lost it.
Yeah. It
And
went
on
all
that note,
yeah, severed nipples. That's where I draw the line. That's it.
It's got to be Charlie. I mean,
Put a
Charlie.
tassel on it.
Just cover it with a tassel.
Bird on it.
We will also link the Facebook pages and all that to the Stay Tuned El Paso Facebook. See, that's it. That's all.
Our
we can
goose
handle
is
now.
time's
cooked.
up.
We are done. You're
you.
listening to. Thank you guys.
Thank
Burlesque
you
on
to
the Rio.
everybody listening and watching on Facebook.
Thanks for
Sorry
putting
about
up with
the
us.
cutout, and thank you for the birds outside for the audience participation.
Always, every time, right around 6:30, 7 o'clock. You're listening to Stay Tuned El Paso. Thanks, everybody. We'll talk to you again in 2 weeks. See you.
Bye.
The views and opinions expressed on Stay Tuned El Paso are those of the hosts, guests, and people talking loudly in the background while we record.
We are not responsible for your feelings.